Are you ready for UFC 307 this weekend? Are you sure you're ready? Because it's going down in Salt Lake City this weekend, and you can get in on all the action with my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook. Right now, all new customers who bet $5 can get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app, sign up using my promo code Sonnen. DraftKings, the crown is yours. That's $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. You can use your $200 in bonus bets to stay in on all the action. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun at DraftKings Daily Fantasy for a shot at winning cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers, use my promo code Sonnen. Bet just $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Right now, that's promo code Sonnen only at DraftKings Sportsbook.
Wonderboy's made it as far as he has for two things. One, he's very tricky, but two, he's a really good athlete. Like, karate doesn't generally get really good athletes because there's not a lot you can do with it. It's hard to get your dad or your mom to take you down to the karate gym, pay monthly dues, and see you compete never. So you go through high school and you're not on the baseball team or the basketball team. You're doing nothing on Friday night because you're not at the karate dojo. Like, it's just hard, right? Dads get together. The moms get together. They're all bragging about their kids. It's one of these rare things. Steven came from a different background where his dad had the gym. I mean, I'm sharing that with you because Wonderboy is a really good athlete. And before you dismiss karate or taekwondo or judo or some of these sports, aikido, some of these sports, kung fu, and say these are garbage and they have no place. Largely, you might be right, but what we don't know is what happens if a good athlete tries it. So you got to understand this with Wonderboy. He's a really good athlete, and then he's awkward as hell. Come on. Now, if I'm spreading praise to Wonderboy's athleticism, it gets nullified by Buckley. That's what Buckley's got going. Buckley's a rough guy, and he's not afraid to work hard in the gym. He's a really good athlete. Okay? Now, Buckley didn't have the size to go choose basketball, right? But it doesn't mean that he can't move very well. And I just want you to take a look at it, okay? You're looking at me. Now, if you were to try to hit me, where are you going to hit me? It's not a trick question. Where are you going to hit me? And if you're just looking at me, anywhere is the answer, right? Hit me in that shoulder if you wanted to. You have just as much chance to hit me in that shoulder. I'm in what's called a square stance. You might kick me in my leg. You might keep this leg. My entire body, both sides, liver, spleen, kidney. I mean, all of these things are fair game. You can see them all. Hit me in my chin, the same as you would my nose, same as you would my forehead. Can we agree? Now maybe I'm stating the obvious, but you got to think of it like this. Okay, look at all these things that are available. Now I'm gonna do my defense. I'm gonna have my ways of trying to keep you off. I'm gonna have my different moments, right? I'm gonna have my shoulder rolls. I'm gonna have my different movements. I'm gonna be bringing something to you as a way of stopping you from hitting absolutely anything on me. All right, great. Now I'm gonna ask you the same question, okay? Because right now I'm Buckley, and I'm everybody else, and now I'm Wonderboy. What are you gonna hit? I mean, not for nothing. This leg is no longer an option, is it? Hey, remember a minute ago when I said you could punch me in the shoulder? You can punch me in the shoulder, right? Even if you're not aiming for shoulders, but do you see where that option is not here? Do you see where you had liver, spleen, and kidney, and now you have one of those organs? Just by example, can you see the difference? See how my entire body was an option a minute ago. You got to figure out how to get here. You got your hands and feet. You got to figure out what setups and tricks you're going to do to get here. But do you see where you can? And do you see where it's even? This is just as far away as this. And this is just as far away as this. What are you going to do? What if the rules of the game are all of a sudden you got to hit Wonderboy in his left ear? Do you see how things just change? Your options just got really limited. Now, the same thing comes from this perspective. This is without training. This is just good basics, okay? If I'm fighting you, and I'm in my square stance, Buckley stance, same as everybody else. What I'm going to attack you with, what weapons I'm going to attack you with. You've also got a pretty good idea as you're looking at Wonderboy. He'll let you know. Wonderboy will let you know right here. I got this and I got this. Or I'm going to fake this and I'm going to come with this and maybe I'm going to. It's one of these things where when you're dealing with him, this is a big handful. See, this is what Buckley's problem is. This is what everybody's problem is. Generally, if you're taking on a karate guy, you want to go back to 1993, get your hands on him. He'll give up. He has no idea what he's doing. They don't spar in karate. Generally. Then you bring in a second generation guy, and now all of a sudden, he does have tricks. He does have secrets. He does have things that it's going to be very hard to get a partner to come in and mimic. You're going to get one shot at this. You don't know what he's doing, right? He's taunting you the entire time. That becomes a problem is because if the wrestler second guesses that, and everybody that's ever fought Wonderboy, except his very last opponent, if you want to really be literal, they all had wrestling backgrounds. They all had superior wrestling backgrounds. I can't think of one guy that did not have a meaningfully superior wrestling background, but they didn't go out there and wrestle. In fact, they were afraid to wrestle. They didn't see any openings. They didn't know how to get their hands on it. And one thing you've got to do if you're wrestling, there's a rule in wrestling, okay, guys? We're in a wrestling match, and I reach for you. You'll see wrestlers reaching like this all the time. You maybe trying to think, hey, what's he doing? What's he reaching for? It's not an attack. It's not even a setup. He's just literally checking his distance. If he puts his hand out and you're too far away to touch, he can't shoot on you. It is one of the first things you'll ever learn in wrestling. They'll tell you to bend your knees, show you kind of what a stance is, but they'll teach you that concept immediately after. And at all levels, all the way up to the Olympic Games. You want to know if a guy's within reach? Put your hand out. When I see wrestlers come to MMA, they forget that rule. I see guys fighting Anderson Silva, by example, who's so good on his feet, but they're afraid. They're afraid to step in where they need to be. They're afraid to step into this range. So they stay out here because now they're safe. Anderson can't reach them. They're too far away. And then they try to wrestle from here. All that does is it adds a quarter of a second. Literally, it just adds a fraction of a second to the attack. But a fraction of the second against the good guys, you're never going to get to them. And I bring this up. Buckley's challenge is no different than any other of the wrestlers that either had a draw or lost to Wonderboy. He's got to get inside. He's got to deal with this. He's probably going to eat one to the stomach. He's probably going to get his legs chopped. He's probably going to get a kick to the chest as Wonderboy's controlling range. You got to eat it then. You might have to go to the hospital later. You got to deal with this now. You got to close that distance now, and you got to do it 3 times. Well, 80% of fights end up on the ground. They love to tell you that to sell you a jiu-jitsu membership, right? It's a true statement, but 100% of them start standing up. So Buckley's got to get through it. He's got to get through it 3 times. You will know after the first round if Buckley has a chance to win this fight because he either did that or he did not. If he fails in the first round, it's not going to get any better. Buckley and Wonderboy. I'm grateful for this fight. The matchmakers nailed this fight. It might surprise you. Buckley, right now at DraftKings, Buckley's the favorite in that fight. Wonderboy's 39. Wonderboy's coming off a loss. Does DraftKings have it right? Well, yeah, they do. If Buckley can walk through the fire and close that distance.